My videos are for entertainment only. All source materials in my videos are from the public domain and comply with the USA Fair Use and UK Fair Dealing guidelines. Please note that this is the only and original Celt News channel. I do not have a backup channel in a similar style. Thank you for all keeping the comments polite, interesting and especially humorous. Much love, Celt News. If you haven't already, please take a moment to click the subscribe button below and also the bell button to receive an email alert when I post my next video. Thanks. Hi everyone, Celt News here. Just looking at the news.com Australia, which is one of my favourite online newspapers. They seem to be quite balanced and fair. They're talking about Prince Harry and dangerous new territory. Why Prince Harry's extraordinary move poses a huge risk for the royals. And they're saying that with one simple statement, Harry and Meghan have defiantly charged into new royal territory overnight. But the move comes with dangerous consequences. Again, I like this newspaper because they, being not British, they just seem to be freer with what they say in some ways. They go on to say about Prince Harry knows a thing or two about taking chances, having served 2 tours in Afghanistan. It goes on to say about his emotional explanation about why his wife has decided to go to court over the story that revealed the contents of the letter from her father. A lot of us feel that Harry is understandably probably a bit over-emotional and biased because of what happened to his mother, even though we all know that his mum was hounded by the press because of her popularity and because of the people's love for her. And a lot of the reasons he has to be upset about the media regarding Meghan is the fact that she is not very popular, quite unpopular with a lot of people. Obviously nothing to do with race, to do with character and with the things that we see her doing or not doing, and the way that her father has obviously been ghosted by her, and also the friends. You know, many of us were prepared to give her a chance. I, for one, really enjoyed the wedding. I thought it was totally bizarre, some of it. I sort of had the same expression as Zara Tindall during watching the wedding. But yeah, I had my nibbles. I enjoyed watching the wedding. It was after that the engagement was a little bit questionable. I sort of was unsure when she said about not knowing the royal family. And I thought, oh, well, she's enthusiastic. I'll give her a chance. So after the wedding, I thought, great. And just bit by bit. And I think it was her father. It was the way she treated her father. No amount of media could make that look bad for her. She could have put it right. And many of us believe that. And now, I mean, she's complaining because the papers edited the letter in a way that made it sound bad. I would say, why don't the papers publish the whole letter that Thomas gave them, just to prove that the contents still, do not portray her in a good light? And this Australian newspaper go on to say about the royal family's saying, which is don't complain and don't explain, and it's always served them well. And they seem to be saying that by unleashing their high-priced lawyers on the press, the other press are going to have a field day with the information that they have. They have information that they've been sitting on, and it could be a case of no holds barred. They could be putting out stuff which could be even worse for Meghan. So Harry could have just lit the touch paper for maybe a press barrage against Meghan. We'll have to wait and see what happens, but they won't like this because they'll probably be thinking that each one will be next in being sued and taken to court. I've just noticed the Express newspaper, and they're already saying how Meghan Markle's generous and modest father brought her up on his own. So it looks like they've started with their support of Meghan's father while she's taking the other paper to court. So it talks about how they were once very close and basically how great a father he was and all the things he did. The royal family in the past have actually taken legal action in the case of the photographs of Catherine topless on holiday, the Queen put a stop to that, of those being printed, and also Diana when she went to a gym and was photographed surreptitiously. Also the Queen's photographs. She had a Christmas photograph which was to be in the royal family Christmas card. That got printed and she got her lawyers onto that. So those things didn't really make much news in the papers. They did a little, but they didn't create an ongoing fight with the papers. Many people are saying that this is a bad move on Harry's part and it's going to make things a lot worse for them. And they're also saying that the tour was successful. They're saying here, there's another toll they face by taking this significant step right now, namely completely cannibalising coverage from their successful South Africa tour. In only days, they will be back in Britain, ensconced in Frogmore Cottage, which surely would have been a far more strategic moment to unleash this salvo. I think a lot of the decisions are influenced by Meghan. I think we see a lot of things that Harry says and they are not his words. A reporter talked to Harry and asked him about the tour, and he assumed she meant, it seemed that he assumed she meant the court case, and he sort of brushed her off. And then he says, don't behave like this.
What do you hope to achieve from it? Is that why it's important for you to come down it? What do you hope to achieve from it? Is that why it's important for you to come down it?
And she was just talking about the tour and asking him about that. So he assumed it was about the other thing. And they're saying that he seems to know little about it. And maybe he didn't instigate it. Maybe Meghan instigated it and Harry is just finding out about it and maybe happy to let her to run with it. But it's not going to do either of them any good. So many media outlets are saying that it's a bad move. So we'll have to see the outcome of this, and surely the best thing is just to print the whole letter. I think that Meghan's father, I'm not sure if he gave the whole letter to the papers or whether he just gave pieces of it because he wanted to protect Meghan. I think that is what happened. I'm going to check. And then we have Meghan saying, I don't read any press. I haven't even read press for Suits. The people who are close to me anchor me in knowing who I am. The rest is noise. Well, why is Harry saying that about all that she's gone through because of what's being said? If she doesn't read anything, then surely she doesn't know. The actual case, I'm reading here, the claim is only in her name. So that's unusual. And it's also being said that the Queen didn't know about this and is very concerned about it. So interesting that the claim is only in her name. So maybe it's another surprise she landed on him. And due to his just generally being a nice person and a loyal and supportive person, he feels he's got to stand by her with it. I've just put these ideas out there and read some of this article, so it would be great to hear your comments on this. And what you think the solution could be, if there is one. Is this going to escalate out of control now with the papers attacking her because he's saying that they are? Anyway, thanks for watching this video and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.